Welcome back to every NES game. This time we're playing Deadly Towers. A sort of, I guess, infamous NES game? It's a one that I feel like is kind of well known among people who know NES games, or care at all. They've heard of it, at least. It's a sort of a basic action game where you shoot out swords. Why do you shoot out swords? I don't know. They have creepy faces on the walls. So the point is just to try to get to or somewhere. But the thing is, there's a lot of problems with this game. The annoying to kill enemies is a good start. The fact that they can just sometimes come out of nowhere. The fact that it's not easy to aim. Or that the enemies just move around in awkward ways that you can't hit them easily. Like the bats or whatever up there. The music's pretty repetitive and kind of dull. Though at least you have like a life bar. And I'll be honest, my first impression is that, yeah, this game not very good. It's pretty repetitive, fairly mediocre, but I don't think it... At least the first impression is that it's not that bad. For an NES game, at least. But then you get the first problem with it's like, you can go back to a room and just get unfairly attacked immediately. And then these enemies quickly run by the screen. Barely notice them because there's so much stuff going on. And a lot of the controls are not awful, but not good enough. There's a pause screen for items we won't get. Spoiler. I almost feel like being a little more fair, because this is like an early NES game. This wasn't like, you know, in 1990 when people actually knew how to make video games. I have no idea how serious I am about that last statement. But a game you can actually explore and stuff like this, for some people, it might as well be unprecedented. This was like pre-Zelda. I'm not sure in Japan, but at least in America, this was pre-Zelda 1. There are a bunch of items here that I'm not sure what they do because I didn't get far enough to use items on anything. I don't know, like, I want to say there's like a shop or like something like that. I know there's like a entire separate area beyond these type of rooms that like are a bit like, I want to say they're like simplified versions of like the dungeon rooms in Zelda 1. Or they look like that. Look super simple even compared to this. Because I do remember seeing this game multiple times from like people, different video creators or whatever. I'm pretty sure there was an Angry Video Game Nerd episode on it and everything. And I get why. Because this game is very frustrating and not particularly great or good. Now, one of the big problems is that you can only fire one sword at a time. It has to leave the screen or hit the enemy in order for you to attack again. But if you get close enough to an enemy, you can also rapid fire, which does help a bit with the enemies with the unfair amount of HP, like those slimes. Now, unfortunately, whatever items those drop, we can't even get because they're on the wall. Not on the ground, so you can't get them. What we did find is basically a heart container. We increased our maximum life. Some enemies will sometimes drop hearts. I think it is annoying that these slimes, or these, whatever they are. What are these creatures? I don't know. They're just circles. Bouncy circles. At least you can exploit that to kill them quicker. Now there's this weird thing here, and it kind of seems like maybe you could actually do something here. Like, maybe if you had an item, you could get rid of this statue in the way and go through that door. I don't know that, but it just seems like that way. I want to check if maybe there's, like, you can see that there's, like, almost writing on that cliff. But it is in fact a cliff. I thought maybe it would be like a doorway. I mean, I realize that's a stupid thing, but old NES game, who knows what stupid things they would try. Though at least we keep our maximum health. Otherwise, having continue passwords or whatever would be pointless. Well, there's nothing here. Why bother? And there's that! You can also be knocked down into the pit. Which I wouldn't expect from this type of game, but there you are. And that's not even... People don't even like that in good games. Why would this game need it? Come on. Another good thing I'll say is that you at least have to leave the room and come back for enemies to respawn. A lot of games are unable to do that, so that's at least a thing. Anyway, here's the super tough dragon boss. Oh, we beat him. Oh. So yeah, this is a really bad combination of easy to exploit and easy to die for stupid reasons type of game instead of like anything resembling a fair challenge. See, we got knocked down again. Just got knocked out. Got knocked to the pit. Stupid. I didn't hate this game quite the way I was expecting to. It's not good at all. Like, at all. But I can almost... It's almost on the level where I could see some level of enjoyment being had by it. Almost.